And Europe. The landings have taken place and the Allied troops are pushing their way into Germany. They've gone through France and they're aiming for the biggest prize of all, Berlin and the death of Hitler. Across the grass is the Volksturm. That is the German Home Guard. And as you can see, they're not terribly enthusiastic about meeting the Allied armies coming across. These were all reserve men, elderly men, young boys in some cases, armed with rifles, with a projector weapon called the Panzerfaust, which was a one-shot weapon, and little else. The army was going to meet what the strength of the forces were that they were going to come up against. And you see the Volksturm there, they're defending this ditch, they're taking up their position. Now beginning to fall back. They've obviously spotted the enemy. The enemy in this case being the British, who have been killed already. Now we have some machine gun fire from the opposite hedge. Can't make out whether it's supporting German fire or whether it's offensive fire from the Allies. But you can see the German Home Guard here falling back across the field. Now it looks as if the German mortar troops are opening up. They give a little cover here for the Home Guard to fall back. Destroying cardboard boxes with fantastic accuracy. And the Americans are coming, pouring their way across the bridge there and engaging with the German Home Guard. Through the bocage, across further, taking on the reserves of Germany. The trees to the left are the crack German troops, the SS. They're going to be in for the shock in a moment. The Allies beginning to take casualties there. They're covering with their rifles and machines. There's lulls in the fighting when the men lick their wounds and reload their weapons. You can see that the Allies pushing forward now to engage the German Home Guard. And it looks as if we've got quite an Allied contingent here. American Dog Company, we've got Highland, British soldiers, and I think we've even got a Arab. Dangers, of course, for the German troops was bringing in heavy armour. And the Sherman tank was one of the most useful tanks that the British and the Americans had, and very deadly. And we see the Sherman coming in. And when you have a Sherman against infantry troops, well, the infantry are not going to take much. Top-mounted machine gun, this heavy machine gun, is going to cause havoc. A very large caliber gun. Taking the hits of the tracks. Defending all the way through with that. the tank as cover. Oh, and once. That tank mounted machine gun can be causing havoc with the Germans there. And as the Germans fall back, the Allies press home. And if you look to your left, you'll see a German coming across. Havoc to that Sherman. The Sherman tanks were known as the Tommy Cooker. And they could be destroyed with ease by a weapon such as that. The Home Guard is much out of it. Germans pushing through now, we see the Allies coming up the... And a German has just thrown a grenade against the tank. We see the Allies now mopping up the final German defenders. Battle may be won. What they're going to do is check every German soldier that's down to make sure that he's not going to suddenly leap up and stab him or shoot him or set up a grenade, which was not a no. They'll check to see that they're quiet, that they're dead, or that they can be taken prisoner. And it looks as if today, unlike yesterday, the Allies have won this particular battle. On the road to Berlin. So let's give them all a great big caldicot cheer. Can you imagine what it costs to keep a Sherman tank in full running order? One of the few around today that still is. So let's have a